Nagpur. I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering.
Okay.
Then I came to US for my master's. I did it in aerospace, specializing in structures and solid mechanics.
Got it.
Currently, I'm working as an aerospace engineer for a startup company.
Is there a reason behind it?
So it's not like I'm unsatisfied with my current job, but just because it's a startup, there are like a lot of uncertainties, and being an international, I would like to be in a much more secured position that I am right now in.
So, do you have what I mean? Um, do you have what I call
Sponsorship?
sponsorship, or you are on OPT or something?
Yeah, I'm on F1 OPT.
Okay, so they are not sponsoring your visa, correct?
Yeah, they are not
Okay,
sponsoring me. Yeah, that is
I
correct.
got an
I mean,
idea.
like having a sponsorship is not like the priority for me right now, because what my plan is as of now, it had been always since till today, that I just need to get the exposure of the international market and then go back to India after my OPT is exhausted, and work in India. So what
Okay.
my current objective is, like, trying to get into the company or the industry which has its offices in India as well. So if I can try to convince them, like, just relocate me to the Indian office, and that way it's like a win-win situation. Like, they don't have to sponsor me. I'll be still working for the same company,
Okay.
just at a different location.
Understood. Okay. So I'm gonna give you some honest advice now, okay? Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And I have your questions also, so I will go through that and I have some more time for you, so we can talk more, okay? Don't worry.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. So, um, and I will answer some of your questions also. In the meantime, I will talk, okay? So, Dhanshi, one thing I will say is you have to be pragmatic about things that you want to do and what you can get.
Okay.
Okay, and unfortunately, for our international students, things are diff not that easy. And I was there also in your space, so bear with me. I
Yes.
was there exactly at where you are right now, so I can understand. Okay, so but the question here is how you tackle with the situation. As I said, whenever I counsel any students, I tell them based on my experiences and experiences that I have seen, and my experiences through counseling students also. So, and most of the time, I don't think I'm wrong when I say a few things. So you can take it as a piece of advice. Don't take it completely, that this is what is going to be. You probably be much smarter than I am. So, okay. So I will definitely say that when you say yourself as an aerospace engineer, you are creating a problem. That's number
Oh,
one. Yeah.
okay.
So that's number one.
Okay.
Okay. So, and the reason I say that because as an international student, when you say you are an aerospace engineer, it puts a red flag on you. And the
Oh,
reason I tell you why, yeah. Because
okay.
most and the reason that's why I asked, and actually I guessed when I asked you that do you have a visa and all that. I already knew you don't have, but I just want to make sure that I have my guess is right. And the reason I say that because aerospace stuff or anything that is to do with aerospace until unless they are commercial aircraft, that too, if even if they are commercial like Boeing or something, most of the aerospace companies are ITAR regulated.
Yeah.
Okay, that means they don't hire anyone who don't have citizenship. Forget about green card. So here
Yeah.
goes your lot of questions about why I'm not receiving a response, what should I do, and all that. Okay, so you can.
Okay.
So I don't want to give a illusion. No, there is a chance on all that. My thinking would be is your chances are very very slim.
Yeah.
And probably in even in your current company, if they do any work that has to do with anything with IATR, they probably won't even allow you to come.
Yeah.
Okay, so you will be kept aside with all those
Yeah.
things. Okay, okay. So question comes, how would you tackle with that situation? And here comes the answer. Don't pic- don't put out yourself as an aerospace engineer because you are not, in my opinion.
Okay.
Okay, you can have a degree in aerospace engineering doesn't mean you are an aerospace engineer. Okay,
I mean, yeah, makes
I
sense.
consider my I when I see your CV and just speaking with you, I think you are a materials person. You are a structures
Yeah.
person. Okay, so that's what your CV should say.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so here is an example. My degree is I have 3 degrees. I have a bachelor's in mining, master's in civil, and PhD in mechanical, and then I did material science. So what should I say myself, right? I can say whatever I
Yeah.
want, or what should I say myself? So I say myself I'm a materials guy. Doesn't
Oh, okay.
matter. So whenever I go out and tell people who I am, I say I'm a material engineer and I can solve problems in any field. What
Okay.
what so
Yeah,
what it does what it does is it gives me my chances become much more, right?
cool. Yeah,
So
yeah, right.
and here is the thing. So I will advise you
Hmm.
to completely change your CV in that way. And if you do
Okay.
that, you will see that you may hear from a lot of places.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
that's not, so. I think that so I my advice to you would be try to do that, and you will, in my opinion, you will see the difference then.
Okay.
Because as I said, I don't think you are an aerospace engineer. Doesn't matter. You get a degree in aerospace doesn't mean nobody makes you an aerospace engineer because aerospace engineers are something different. In at least what I know. So that's number
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Hmm.
also, I think the things you are doing right now and things you have done at Siemens, Gamesa, whatever this company is,
Yeah,
it has
Siemens
nothing to do
Gamesa.
with your degree also. So try to take
Yeah, right.
advantage of your degree, what you learn.
Hmm.
You said masters in aerospace engineering with structures. So if you are a person who has done structural mechanics, let's say, right, you
Hmm.
can go work even in a civil engineering company. You can work in any company actually, in my opinion, who deals with materials.
Materials, yeah.
Right. So don't confine yourself. So
Okay.
make sure that you get a good sleep, and then when you come out, you're out of that. I know it's sometimes you like doing that, but doesn't mean you have to stick to it. You have to sometimes get out from that thing. Okay. So do that. It will help you. That's one thing. Second thing is about you just mentioned. I want to go back to India. I never get this. I don't want to do this and this and that.
Hmm.
So here what I will tell you for that piece of advice. I think
Hmm.
if you want to do something, let's say I want to go back to India, my advice is
Hmm.
go back to India.
Okay.
Don't say there will be one fine day I will find a company and then one fine day they will agree. It doesn't work. It doesn't happen. Okay.
Okay.
So make sure your goals are realistic also.
Okay.
It will. I know in 15 years since actually 10 years since I graduated from my PhD, I know only one person who went to GE, went back to work for GE. And the only reason was because they didn't sponsor his visa. So I only
Okay.
know one person.
Hmm.
That was that he didn't want to go, but he had no choice and they made some arrangement. So
Hmm.
my suggestion to you would be is if you really want to go to India, start
Yeah.
applying right now in India. You can apply at Collins Aerospace, you can apply at GE, you can apply at many companies who are there who do all aerospace or structural kind of stuff. So don't say that one fine day something will happen and no, it doesn't work. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So the other question you have is So, and as he said, for right now, and also with this coronavirus thing, I don't know what's going to happen. The situation could be grim or not, but that's another thing. But again, is it fine to say I don't need a sponsorship for the job if asked? You can't lie. You can't lie.
But I mean, given my situation right now, I actually don't need sponsorship for next 3 years. I mean, including this year
Yeah,
and
yeah.
plus 2 more years.
But they will
So,
ask you. So you have
I mean,
to.
yeah.
So see, if there is a question in the career page where say, "Do you need a sponsorship in future?" You can't say no,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
sponsorship does not mean OPT. Sponsorship means visa,
Visa, yeah.
right? So you have to say yes. You can't lie. Okay, what are the skill sets that I should be working on according to the industrial requirement as an aerospace engineer? So I would say again, I think you get a good answer from there. So one skill set you should say what you have actually done in your masters, which is structural analysis.
Masters.
Okay,
Yeah.
so highlight that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean, okay. So, I mean, even though I did my master's in structures and solid mechanics, I was working for NIR. I think, I mean, you might see that on my resume. It's a National Institute for Aviation Research. I worked as a graduate research assistant there for 2 straight years. And most of the work I did was in materials. It had nothing to do with what I studied in class and what I was actually doing in that lab.
Doesn't matter.
And I found it like more interesting rather than what I was actually doing in my coursework. So, I mean, is it
What was
fair
it?
enough or a good idea to?
What was interesting? Tell me something that was
So,
interesting.
in the lab, most of the time, the work I was doing was hands-on, like testing material, going through
Okay.
different tests, understanding different standards, analyzing the data, like trying to point out, okay, this is not looking good, then try to explain it, justify it, why it's not looking good to me. I mean, there were cases like at times I was wrong, and at times I was like, I surprised my supervisor, like he was like, okay, even I wouldn't have been able to catch that what you have. So that and then my internships as well in India, so they were mostly around the material and manufacturing. So being a mechanical engineer, I mean, doing my bachelor's in mechanical and master's in aerospace, what I studied is not actually going hand in hand with my experience. So I don't know, I'm like in a
No,
situation
but
like, how should I be marketing myself?
only MBA people market first of all. So don't market yourself. I would say one thing, Dhanashri, is see, you already answered the question I was saying. You were interested and your work lies around materials and solid mechanics, and your CV does
Yes.
not reflect that at all.
Okay.
You should be highlighting that as much as you can. And let me tell you for sure, you can have degrees whatever you want, but your interest could be different. As I told you, based on my experience, I had degree in mining engineering. I didn't know any shit on mining. I had a degree on civil engineering. I did not do any bridge building in my life, or even analysis. So degrees are overrated. Your strength will come from what you know and
Yeah.
what you can do. So absolutely don't worry about that. See, right now, what I get sense, the reason I think you are disappointed